I'm over here now, and it's after 4:30, and we're still in the governor's office at this point. These are some of the members of SOS, and you'll find that link on my website later on. I'm sure you should all know it by now, but I wanted to give you an idea of what the office has been looking like this whole entire day. And basically, these are the members of the group, SOS 808.org on the web. www.sos808.org, and they have been here for who knows how long. And let me give you a far away shot of this. But picture this as, like I said, another day. The office is closed, and the security is basically focused on the people that are in here now. They want to go home sooner rather than later, and they want us to get out of here. So I'm letting you get an idea of what we have here now. And there's a child over there with an adult. I don't know if I mentioned it. Let me mention it now. This coming Friday is another Furlough Friday, and evidently this is why they're all here. The woman in front of me right now is IPO, I-P-O, and she's a pretty Hawaiian woman, and her first name is only 3 letters. It's really easy to spell. I-P-O is Ipu.
Oh, you got your phone. Because once I go,
And I wanted to give you a sense of who this was here. I remember her from Olelo when I do the candidate announcements for about 30 minutes at Olelo.org. But I wanted to, like I said, give you an idea of what's going on now. And this obviously is Marcus Oshiro, so let's try to listen in.
Unless you get the governor's endorsement, support, pledge, commitment, promise to release the monies that we appropriate, it's all for naught.
Well, until she's out of the office.
It's all for naught.
Right. No, but it's not. But
I mean, it makes me look good.
What makes you look good?
Appropriating the money.
That he appropriates the money.
Yeah, with the full knowledge that he's not going to release it.
okay.
I mean, and that's the tragic thing about it. Why would I want to mislead
The
you
public.
folks?
Well, except that everybody
Let's be
thinks...
real about it. What are your intentions, Governor? What are your
She
intentions?
won't talk to us, so we,
Oh, maybe she will. I know
yeah.
she should talk to you folks.
Well, she talks, but she doesn't, it's one way, so.
So right now, the 4 days would total about 24 million.
About 6.1 million per day, according to the HST DOE-BOE agreement.
Yeah.
And the thing that is really crazy is that the governor's 5.2 million doesn't include student transportation, which is buses, so that rural students can get to school, and utilities. And that's about $500,000 per day. And so, yeah, no utilities. So they're really not $1 million apart anyway. I mean, they're really only like $500,000 apart. It's like the gap is getting smaller and smaller, but yet no movement on it.
I still think the answer is to put all of them and not let them take a bathroom break.
Oh, yeah.
How many years have you been?
16,
16, or
16 years.
16 years, okay. So have you seen a protest like this, either in the governor's office or somewhere else in the Capitol? And what's your sense of how it's playing in your part of the building and outside of it?
I'm encouraged by this display of civil disobedience and activism, where you have, common people from our communities coming in and petitioning their government for redress. I'm very encouraged in American democracy. And you folks have demonstrated the highest ideals of the Constitution and how great a state we are in this country. I mean, I've seen protests for Hawaiian City Lands issue, taro, adult education, Viva Trust for teachers, traditional gathering rights for Hawaiian access to shoreline.
Nothing like that.
I mean, civil unions, but not in a governor's office and to be rebuffed by the governor of the state. And that's the part that I find so disturbing. She could have come out here first night out, bringing the kids.
Right.
Pass out milk and cookies. Sit on the floor at them.
Right.
Explain to them, thank them for participating, coming out. She could have done that. What cost?
Positives, I would think, for her, would put her in a very positive light. That's what's so perplexing to me.
Yeah, Joy, I tell you, right? Yes,
Is that something you think Lingo would have done 7, 8 years ago?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess I'm wondering if you've seen a change in how she approaches this kind of issue.
I've seen a change with this governor over her tenure. There is more than one party here. I'm sorry, one more. Oh, yeah.
There is more than one party here. The unions, the DOE, BOE, so on and so forth. Wouldn't it be more effective, perhaps, if the parents also were sitting out at the union headquarters, or even the legislature?
Well, the legislature is not involved in the negotiations. I think everyone understands that. I think that's one of the great civic lessons that we've learned over all these months. We are appropriators. We make the choices of where limited funds go. At the end of the day, it's the governor's prerogative and responsibility to expend as the chief executive. We also know that the terms and conditions of this contract was entered into by the DOE, the Board of Education, Hawaii State Teachers Association, representing its members. They signed off on the contract. They are parties to the contract. Joanne, as an attorney, understands that principle.
And the governor signed off on the
And
contract.
the governor, right? So,
The 4 parties signed off on the
and
contract.
so until such time that we get a revised contract, amended contract, it would be inappropriate for us to tell these parties what to do. But we all know we stand ready and willing to find the funds. And we've been seeing that for the last 3-4 months. All of you, parties to the contract, lock yourselves in a room. Hammer out an agreement. You guys all admit you guys made a mistake. All of you. Go back to the bargaining table and go good faith, negotiate, come out with a compromise. It can be done. And then we'll come up.
No, that's the
And we'll provide the support.
fundamental lesson. There is no will to resolve this problem. That's the
step back right
fundamental
now.
problem.